Yo, what's going on, good people, man? It's your boy Rashone, man. I'm just tapping in today, live from the slip seat, but not today, you know what I'm saying? I'm home today in my man cave today, you know what I'm saying? And there's a couple of things I just wanted to run down to y'all real brief, man. I want to talk about two topics about, you know, the president with the stimulus money and talk about, you know, who got your back. I want to talk about like these entertainers and athletes and wealthy people who got our back. You know what I'm saying? Like who's rolling with us and investing in us as we have invested in them in this time. You know what I'm saying? Or moving forward, what are they gonna do for the people that have given and invested in them for so long? So first, man, I want to get into, man. I want to talk about the president, man, and the stimulus money and how the governors and stuff are feeling, how they feeling about, the president saying like, hey, he want the country to open back up, and they like, oh no, we don't. He can't tell us when to do that, and he can't tell us when to open back up the country and things of that nature. He's not no. He can't tell us to do that. Who is he to tell us when to open back up our state? That's not his call. Well, yeah, it is his call. If he gave up the money, you know what I'm saying? What do you think he gave the people of your state, the people of this country? What do you think he gave that money for? The stock market is crashed. Economy is in the basement. You know what I'm saying? And he knew if he didn't give up something, it's going to be a problem. Now, that's the executive office. We all know the executive office handles the country's business. They handle the big business. They make the calls on the country of when things are in a crisis. They make the calls. You know what I'm saying? So they knew with this coronavirus situation, if they did not get whole and come, they had what's everybody thing? Money. And people got things they need done. So the government can say, yeah, we're going to hold off this and you don't have to pay your rent. We'll sign off on that. They can't take you to court for right now, for 90 days or whatever. I don't really know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So they know they had to put certain things in place to give people a little ease in the mind for that moment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he said, okay, we got this money right here. We're gonna give to the people. I don't know how they came up with 1,200, but whatever. And then 500 for each additional kid. I don't know where they got how they came up with that, because some people do. Your rent, your mortgage costs more than that. You know what I'm saying? So, but they put a pause on your rent. You know what I'm saying? And mortgages and stuff, but they can't hold off for too long, especially when it comes to that, because the banks need their money. So, at the end of the day, he put those things in place. So yeah, he gonna tell you when he want the country open back up, because what do you think he giving up that money for? He giving up the money because he need the economy to get back, because he know that $2 trillion we getting that back. It's gonna come right back to us somehow, some way. All of it is gonna come back to us. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, it's gonna come back just without no interest right now. It's going to come back to us. So that's why you need the country to open back up. You know what I'm saying? Trump is that dude, man. He that guy. He like, hey, man, he got to let everybody know. Hey, all these people right here, I pay for all of them to get in this club. You know what I'm saying? And I pay for you all to get in this club. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you shut up. You didn't have the money. You didn't have the money. You didn't have the money for your team. I pay for you and your team. Meaning, I pay for I paid for your state to eat. I put money in your state pocket. You know what I'm saying? So you shut up. You can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell me nothing. I'm making these moves. I'm the chief. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want to do. Yeah, I could tell you when I want to open back up because I need my money back. Not his money per se. And yeah, we pay taxes and stuff like that, but I'm just saying they gave up that money that fast for a reason. They came up with those numbers so fast for a reason, not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And these governments, these local states, governors and shit, they didn't come up with nothing. What was their action plan? Financially to help. So when you got that extended or more unemployment, when you got extension, like more money added on to your for your food stamp programs and stuff, that wasn't because your states did that. That's because the government said give up. They already was supporting those programs anyway, but they said we throwing more money in there. That's what the 2 trillion part of that. We throwing more money in there so you could get the people more money. You know what I'm saying? Than what you would normally, what they normally get or what they would normally get. Give them more. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little more until we figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. So, you know, these local governments, you know what I'm saying, and local state governments and counties around the country, they ain't had no plan. They didn't say anything about what they were gonna do extra for their residents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I've heard of one state may have upped their minimum wage. I don't know, I may be off on that one. Somebody could correct me on that. But anyway, yeah, so he had to come up with something. They had to throw that money out there, but the local governments ain't come up with nothing. And then you got the local politicians. These local politicians, this is a time where you shouldn't be running and going and tucking your tail. You should be talking to the people right now and where y'all at. And that's another problem I have. It's like, you know, I'm a voter, I vote. And I know a lot of y'all may feel the same way. The local government, you don't even know who these guys are, who these people are, these judges or nothing. You may just seen their name over a period of time for so long that that's all you know is their name, but you never see them. I feel like local government should be promoting and out here campaigning for a seat the same way the presidency has to. You know what I'm saying? I think if they don't have the money to do it, then you don't need to be running. Because the people need to know who you are. A lot of them are sliding by, getting in these seats and not doing nothing, and none of us know who they are. And I'm a victim of that too. Like, I don't even know who these people are. Like, some of these people, I don't know who they are. And they sitting in these seats getting an easy free ride. And then times like this, when they should be speaking and coming on television and for the local government, because it's the United States. They're united. But all these states have their own laws and rules and regulations that differ from each other. They got some of these states got old laws on the books that from the beginning of the state time that will blow your mind. Like, what the hell? What is that? You can do what? You gonna do this on a Sunday? Like, they got old laws on the book that'll bug you out, man. Seriously, if you just look into your state old laws and stuff, it'll be laws that'll trip you out, that you be unbelievable. Like, for real? They may not acknowledge them, but they're laws. If those, so that if they want to use them, they can, and nothing you can do about them, because it is a law. They just not enforcing it. You know what I'm saying? It is a law. It's something. They got laws on their books that they don't even enforce. You know what I'm saying? But they're there. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go looking, look up your whatever state you in, look up your local your state laws, and you'll see some wild laws, man. You know what I mean? That shouldn't even be on the books anymore, but they're still there. You know what I'm saying? And so I say that to say, again, like I said, Trump can say what he want. He can say when he want the country open back up because he put the money out there. And I'm not a Trump supporter at all. I'm just keeping it real on a business tip, because this country is a business. I said it early on before. This is a business. Money coming in, money coming out all day long, every day. Money coming in, money going out, money being spent all day long. Is a big business, man. Big business. You can imagine how much money they spend in a day is a big, I forgot the number, but it's big business, man. So now the country is down. Things are shut down because of this pandemic. I call it a plague. They call it a virus, okay? You know what I mean? But, you know, I call it a tight plague. But so it's shut down. It's shut down. Nothing is moving. They had to shut things down. So, you know what I mean? They try to contain however they feel, whatever they, you know what I mean? Whatever they feel that's doing. You know what I'm saying? But he knew the executive government, the executive offices of this country, which is the presidency, they had to make, in the Senates and all that, they had to make those decisions. The House, you know what I'm saying? They had to make this decision because They knew if they didn't, it was gonna be uproars in these states. So they thinking business wise. We gotta do this because the people gotta have food, rent. They gotta have a necessity. They gotta have access to funds to get those things. We can't just shut everything down and then they don't have nothing. So whatever call they feel like he should have spoke up early or he spoke up too late about this situation, I agree. From the things I read, I totally agree. But he still was. They ain't stupid. They know like, oh yo, we can't do that without doing this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. But your local states, I'm hearing about the death tolls out of some of these states and cities, and the stimulus money now. When that's coming, it's a glitch in the unemployment system around the different states. The unemployment system is locking, is freezing. The IRS website is freezing, is crashing. Those things are going to happen when you got so many people vying for the same thing. They're going after the same thing. They're on the same website. They're trying to call into the same number. Those things are going to happen. But you're not talking about what action plan you actually have moving forward. Certain cities and states don't have. What are your action plans moving forward? They're not talking about it. They don't have one. So some of the governors and stuff, you got them talking about, oh, let's keep the people in the house. Yeah, you want to keep the people in longer. You want to keep the people in longer because you don't have an action plan and you trying to figure it out. So you need more time to figure it out because the truth of the matter is this country was not prepared for what just happened. This country was not prepared for it, and we could blame the president or whatever because he didn't. Okay, fine, whatever. We could blame him if he should have notified whatever. But at the end of the day, the state still was not prepared. They didn't act. They still didn't act with nothing. So the executive office, the president, he could say what he want to say. Yeah, I want the states open back up. I want this country open back up. Now, I don't agree with opening the country back up. I mean, for travel to go out of the country, international. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree to that. I think you should keep that shut unless it's for essential business. But as far as opening the country back up and operating, yeah, I don't think you should open the doors up like that because, I think until y'all figure out and get everything in order what y'all need. But this thing that's happening right here is nothing new to me, man. You know what I'm saying? This was already written, man. This was written. And I'm a reader, you know what I'm saying? I read books, you know what I'm saying? And I don't read a lot of those novels and stuff. I read things about knowledge, trying to get knowledge and understanding on certain things and things of that nature. So, but if you read the Bible, Qurans, whatever, it was written, man. These things are going to happen, man. He had to get the people's attention. The country running wild, too much greed, man. Too much greed and self-absorbedness. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this was just greed, man. And a lot of greed. And the Most High has to get, you had to feel his wrath, man. So things are happening and people not understanding like, wow, you know what I mean? All this death toll and this and that, man. It was written, man. And we can't hide from that. And I say that, and I go back to, man, about local government. Where's the politician, the black politician? When I'm speaking to the black politicians as well right now, where you at? Where y'all at? Y'all tucking it high and y'all ain't saying nothing. You got bishops and pastors and stuff of that nature, black bishops and pastors. Where y'all at, man? I should be seeing timelines on social media filled up. Not just with your services on Sunday, talking, period. Action plans, talking to the people. You know what I'm saying? In the communities that your churches sit in, talking to the people. You know what I'm saying? Not just talking, just talking, not just talking the Bible, coming up with action plans. Coming up with some type of planning for the people to help them out mentally. It ain't all about financially, but if you help somebody mentally and you give them knowledge, that is food for thought. And thought can garner funding. Garner can get you to the money. Food for thought. And that thought can get you to the funding. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just it, setting the people up, man. And a lot. So right now, when I said, man, who's with you? Who's with us? A lot of people, you know, and that's another problem too. Everybody put their emphasis in man instead of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whatever your religious belief and what you believe in, but I'm just saying there's a higher power, man. You know what I'm saying? And man ain't the answer. Man is just a messenger. Man is the messenger. Now, how man chooses to give off that message, that's what that's now that's the separation. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the difference. You know what I mean? Because some give off the messages, that the positive messages that they supposed to, and then others giving off messages for their own gains. You know what I'm saying? And we man is messenger, man words are not Bible. And that's what's been a problem, that, you know what I'm saying, man has been putting so much into man. You know what I mean? But now when things of this nature have happened, man don't have the answer. You know what I'm saying? Man don't have the answer. They go run, tuck, and hide. You know what I'm saying? And but when all along they should have been giving off the good message and giving off that knowledge to the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And teaching them how to survive, because you had like too many people within the course of the first 2 weeks. People start saying that they don't got the money. They need money for their rent. They need money for this. And so the government had to, where they had already stepped in. And I knew when that president said he was going to put out funding for the states, I knew that then. I said, now watch the monkey show. And I knew a lot of states were going to start vying and saying that they need this, they need that. You know what I'm saying? When they didn't ever have it from the start. You know what I'm saying? They weren't never prepared for the start. You know what I mean? And then they trying to act as if this situation put them all the way down. No, you didn't ever have it from the start. You know what I'm saying? And there was poor management on that end from the start. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of businesses right now, you know, taking this hit right here, they couldn't sustain being down for 30 days. Some of these businesses was probably already on the fence. So this right here just knocked them off. And if you paid attention to within the last at least 3 to 5 years, you had a lot of big corporations shutting their doors already because they couldn't sustain anymore. They were already chopping half of their companies, shutting down half of their businesses. You know what I'm saying? They already couldn't sustain. So it was companies closing their doors in all types of industries already. You know what I'm saying? So this right here just knocked them down anyway. So, you know what I mean? Like this was going to happen to them anyway, being out for 30 days. They couldn't sustain that. And there's a lot more things that I look at, man, that I say, you know what I mean, that's wrong. But yeah, Trump, he's like, hey, man, y'all hush. I can say what I want to say. I can't say I want this country open back up because I gave y'all the money. So I gave your state and your people money to get back to business, so we could get back to business. I ain't gave that money to sit on it. He gave up that money so it could be spent, so he could get that money right back with no interest. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was about, man. And they talking, and he got these governors talking about he can't tell us when the state's up. Well, what's your action plan for when you're gonna open your state back up? We need to hear more of that than the death toll. We need to hear more of that than when you're getting your stimulus check. We need to hear more of that than the unemployment crash. Y'all need to figure that out. Y'all didn't even have nothing strong enough to, you know what I'm saying? Like your phone service crashing. Y'all, some of these states didn't even have enough people to handle that. When the government said we're gonna give up more money for unemployment and things, y'all didn't even have enough people for the amount of people that were calling in your states. Y'all didn't even have enough people there. So for the first week or so, some people couldn't even get through. And then then they got through, and then they got it set up, and then you have people saying, okay, the next week they try to apply for their benefits. They can't get it because they can't get through. The site, the thing is shutting down on them. You know what I'm saying? Some people still trying to wait to get their funding for that. Because when this is all said and done, okay, whatever, it was 90 days, 120 days where the government said, okay, your bank or your landlord can't harass you, they can't take you to court. When it's all over, you're going to have to be straight and be in position. So y'all have to get, these states have to get those things in order because people need their money, man. You know what I'm saying? And the government gave it up. The executive officers gave it up because they knew, okay, until we figure this part out, we got to give up this, because if we don't, like, it's going to be some problems, and it's going to cost more than $2 trillion. If we don't give this money up for these states, it's going to cost us more than that $2 trillion. We got, you know what I mean? That means, you know, because you're already seeing the National Guard and certain cities or whatever in the states. Or should I say certain cities, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing National Guard. So you imagine if he didn't give up that $2 trillion, he would have to employ the freaking military, and that's a lot of money to these states, because it'll be freaking havoc. So it's big business, man. There's money coming in and out all day long. The stock market crashed. So they had to say, oh, we got to come up with something to get this money back. So we need to open the states up. We need to open this country up because we gave up this money. So that's what we gave it up for. We didn't give it up for you to just sit on it. We gave it up to you for you to spend it. Now, what you're spending on is on you. All I say is that money, however it is, some of it is not going to be enough for everybody anyway. It's not going to be enough for you, but whatever, you better use it wisely. Because it may not be never another time you're going to see the government just give you anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be another time where you're going to see the government just give up anything. But in this situation, they knew they had to. And peace and blessings go out to all of those, man, that was lost in this what they call pandemic, man. All the souls that were lost, man, the life that was lost, man. My blessings go out to them and the families, man, that had to endure that, and blessings go to those who made it out of it, you know, the pandemic, man, that made it out of the coronavirus, that had it, contracted it, and got over it, man. You know what I'm saying? My blessings go to y'all, regardless of, like I always said, regardless of what our personal feelings is about it, what conspiracy theory you may have is going on. It's going on, and it's happened. You know what I'm saying? It's happened. I'm not here to dive deep into that. I'm here to try to speak to the other issues on the other side. You got all the other sites and things hounding on that and expounding on that. I'm trying to talk about the other situations, the other things that's not spoken about, the other elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to dive deep into conspiracy theory or where it existed from, because I got my own theory on that too, and I'm not a theory. I have my thoughts on that as well, but I'm not here to dive into that. I've let those other the big networks let them play them games right there. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is this thing was already written, man. It was written, and like I said, if you read, you'll know it was already written. It's in the Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was already written, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm here to say. But yo, man, I thank y'all for joining me right now. And like I said, normally live from the slip seat, I'll do it from the truck, but I was compelled to do this thing, man. Today is Sunday. I've been compelled to do this thing. I'm in my man cave / office / closet right now. You know what I'm saying? But I've been compelled to do this thing because it was just these two things on my mind. And yeah, man. So moving on, man. We gonna move on to the issue about, like, now I want to talk to these entertainers, man, and I want to talk about, like, hey, man. So I read this book. It's one of the books, like I said. It's called Powernomics. This book by Dr. Claude Anderson. you know. So right now, I'm gonna talk to my black entertainers and actors, man. In this book, man, he talks about how we should take over, how we should be creating our own everything from schools, having our own everything, which a lot of that we had at one time, and with history and the hatred, you know what I'm saying, it was all burnt down and taken away, and were never able to get it back. So if you read about the Black Wall Street, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And you had you had certain cities around the country that were, that us as black people were thriving and had our hands in a lot of businesses. From the you had places even like you had certain places like Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You had Tulsa, Oklahoma. You had Durham, North Carolina. You had Washington, D.C. And a fun fact too, Washington D.C. The White House wasn't always in Washington. If you didn't know, the White House was originally in New York City. They moved to Washington D.C. I can't remember the year. You can Google it. I can't remember the year, but it was in the early 1900s, maybe late 1800s, maybe. I don't know. But the White House was in New York. And they were looking for a place to move to while they were renovating. I think it was in Manhattan. The White House originally was in Manhattan, New York. And they were looking for a place to move to while they were renovating. So they came upon They came across Washington, D.C. because they knew how thriving it was. It was, it was thriving. They knew about it. And it was because of the black people. That's why they used to call Washington, for so long, Washington D.C. was called Chocolate City, because the black people were there and had it going on. From when the underground, when they escaped Virginia during the slavery, they ran to D.C. and the black people were there and they were looking them out, helping them get on their feet. You know what I'm saying? So we had things. We always Tulsa, Oklahoma. My God, like. I still got to get to that place. You know what I'm saying? I want to get there, man, because just to feel, just to see, man. I just want to get to the Black Wall Street and get to that area, just to, you know what I'm saying? I know it's not like it was. A lot of that stuff back then had got burnt down, but I mean, we had everything from doctor's offices, movie theaters we owned, oh man, everything you can name it, we had it. Hardware stores, banks. We had it. We were doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even back then, they were building. I mean, even back then, the architecture that they had back then, and we had everything: plumbers, contractors. Like we had everything. Tulsa was doing it big. You know what I mean? And that's one of my favorite stories. That's one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite stories to read about. How we were so like thriving and on top, man. And I feel like that story is something need to be shared and told, man. That's something that need to be seen instead of watching black people. Still, they want to have films about black people getting whooped and beat and what we didn't have. But we had it, bro. Trust me, believe it. But I say that, man, I'm going in. I was rambling off. Excuse me for a minute. The Black Wall Street story do that to me though on the real. That story, man, we were getting it. But yeah. So the Powernomics, he kind of going back to that time and that thought process of having our own. You know what I'm saying? Again, it was the Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. You know what I'm saying? And actually, Dr. Claude Anderson is from Winston-Salem, North Carolina too, and his people had owned one of the first black-owned bus company in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Yeah, but anyway, so he's talking about how we should own this and own that, and how we should get back to having our own, right? So I said that to say this, and this time right now, what's going on, and I speak about the reset, and I talk about how it's a time that we should reset, and our thinking process and everything, right? So now, I think about all the black athletes and entertainers and things of that nature, and I say, We should have had a fund when if the government said they was going to give up $2 trillion, right? And I'm not trying to get in you athletes or entertainers or wealthy black people pockets, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is the people that invested in your thoughts and ideas and your brands, you know what I'm saying? You came up with something, or you presented a skill, and you threw the ball at us for us to invest in you. And we invested in it. Bought your jerseys, bought your sneakers, purchased tickets to concerts, shows, all of that. Tech ideas. We bought into it. You know what I'm saying? The lower class. Now the lower class ain't eating. And you ain't eating either. You feel that? Like, we all the same in the same boat right now. It don't matter how much money you got. When they shut these states down, you can't go. Your money can't buy you that now. Now you may be sitting comfortably in the money you have made off of the backs of the lower class, because let's just be clear here. These big brand companies wouldn't invest. They wouldn't. You become the face to some of these brands. These big brand companies, you become the face of them because they feel like you come from some of these inner city, lower class areas, and they feel like they know that black people, we spend a lot of money next to the Latinos. Like the black people and Latinos spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? We spend money. You know what I'm saying on things, and they know that you can come back. You the face of a certain said brand, and you could come back and you could get your people to invest in it. And we've done that. Invest into whatever, tickets to your ball games, whatever. We've done that, and we help put you where some of y'all at. Let's just be real, because if it come to anybody, any sponsorship, they gave it to you your talent, but then they knew that you could sell a shirt, you could sell some sneakers because of your people. Because of your people gonna rock with you, they're gonna buy. They buy into what you have because they like you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you had the skill and the talent, man, but the people, the one that actually put you there, we the real stars, man. And I'm just keeping it real right now, because, but again, I say this: I'm not talking about investing your money into the people. But this is a time when these people were knocked down, saying they've been out of work for 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, the people start saying, "Oh, how I'm gonna pay my rent? How I'm gonna eat?" Blah 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 blah. So the government stepped in, did what they did. Blah blah blah. We know, I already talked about that. But if you guys, if all these entertainers and athletes, I know y'all had the same. Some of y'all had the same lawyers, same representation. If y'all could have created a fund and said, "Hey, we can match the government." Even us essential workers, that anybody that can donate outside of the wealthy and rich, donate. You know what I'm saying? And put in a fund and have a fund. And this could be a steady thing. This doesn't have to be no one-time thing. You know what I'm saying? And use your influences. These are the things that Dr. Claude Anderson talked about in the Powernomics with the athletes and entertainers. So I'm just not rambling off the top of my head. He talked about something that I would have conversations with about my people, trying to figure out why that never happened, why we don't own, why our wealthy entertainers and athletes don't own a lot more, and why we still making other people rich. You know what I'm saying? And why we not really coming back to the community and really, I know it may be some of y'all don't know who they actually are. And it's a shame I don't know, because I feel like the same way y'all promote y'all brands or whatever y'all selling or whoever y'all partnered with, it should be this. Y'all should have that same energy when y'all giving back to the people, letting us know who you are, what are you doing? I should say, what are you doing? You should have the same energy with promoting what are you doing. You know what I'm saying? Outside of trying to make yourself more bread. And I'm not trying to take shots at y'all. I'm just trying to say right now what's going on right now. We need to know who riding with us. When we roll with everybody else to make and made them rich, we need to know who riding with us. That's all I'm saying. Because right now, Trump paid for everybody getting the party. Like, he pay for everybody getting the party right now. And when I say the party, I mean like, hey, everybody get back in, because regardless of how much money it is enough or not, he still pay for everybody to get back in. You know what I'm saying? To get your thing back right, even small businesses. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know with some people out there donating and got the food banks and all of that stuff. But yo, man, the food banks wouldn't have to work so hard if we went if your top chain restaurants, your top restaurant burger joints and things of that nature would give up some of that food that they be throwing away at night too. I can say that because I worked in fast food when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And I seen how much food they throw away, and I know that ain't changed. They throw away a lot of food and they account for it all. And a lot of you that work in fast food or still work in fast food, y'all know what I'm saying. They throw away a lot of food. So they can be giving away a lot of that food in the situation right now. But greed, man, is what got is just rampant, man. And I feel like looking back at this situation is a reset, and how everything business is gonna change. Business is gonna change all around. From retail to food, everything is going to change. You're not going to be able to do things the same. It's just not going to be masses all over the place. It's going to be more things, like people are going to be afraid to go to ball games and eat in restaurants because you just don't know anymore. Like, if you're going to catch something. You know what I'm saying? And people got to be aware of that, man. You know what I mean? Like, things are going to change. And all I'm saying is, man, if we've supported you and your time will come up, you should support us. Be more vocal about that. Don't be quiet about that. Oh, I'm gonna donate quietly. Nah, this ain't a time, because when the people donate, when people invested in your idea, what did the people do? The people with the social media, unbeknownst to them, that they were that they were actually promoting something for you. They actually thought they were showing how fly they was getting, but actually they were actually promoting your brands. When they go up there with your sneaker on, when they go up there with your jersey on, when they go up there with any of your apparel on, when they go up there and they shout out your album, or they go up there and they show that they were at your concerts or at your football games, they, unbeknownst to them, they were actually marketing for you for free, on top of buying. So what are you gonna do now for the people? You should be just as vocal for them. I don't think nobody that's wealthy. I'm talking to my black people right now. I'm just talking to y'all right now, for real. Like, none of y'all should be quiet right now. Pastors and bishops included. All of the churches that we have, y'all should be in the communities. Y'all should be talking to the people, and not just on Sunday. Still, not just on Sunday. Y'all know better. Like, not just on Sunday, talking to the people. You know what I'm saying? Helping people to understand, because people knock down within 2 weeks. You should be telling people how to financially get up, how to invest. It should be more of that. It ain't enough of that. You know, we got career centers in most cities and states, but them career centers ain't about nothing. They just show people how to put resumes together and a few jobs that may pay them minimum wage. Okay, whatever. But it should be more. It should be something more in depth to help the people, man, to get up. It's not about giving your money to people, but using your influences that you have, bringing the people in that can show people and talk to people how to invest, how to save, how to keep their credit score up, and how to get their credit score up, and how to keep it at a minimum level, how to use their credit wisely. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't even know how to obtain credit. They just know how to fuck it up. They don't even know how to obtain it and keep it. And yeah, your uncle can tell you, your auntie can tell you, your mom can tell you, but most people may listen to, and it's a shame, but most people may listen to somebody that they more influenced by to tell them than others. You look around and you see people you got, that's a lot of people, man. You got like 10 million followers, 15 million followers. Well, goddamn, it was 6.6 million people that motherfucking was unemployed. I don't know where the number's at right now, but I know it was 6.6 million people unemployed. around the country. And some people got fucking 15 and 20 million followers. So you don't think you got a damn influence? Half some of them people might be unemployed. Think about that shit. Some of them people that was your friends may be unemployed, so you ain't gonna help your friends that followed you and clicked on every fucking thing you posted, whether it was stupid or not. Come on, man. We gotta think, man. Who here for us? Us lower class have invested in your ideas and in your brands, man. It's time to give back, man. And yeah, the president can say what the fuck he want to say. He want the country open back up. He want his money back. Not his money per se, but you know what I'm saying. He want the money back. You know what I'm saying? He could say he want the country open back up because you governors wasn't doing nothing. Y'all didn't have no action plan for y'all state. Y'all didn't have no money that y'all said y'all was going to hand out to y'all people, and no things that y'all were going to do to help y'all people as far as when it came with rent and things of that nature. Y'all would have let people just be fucked up out here. But it's all together. But even though that money may not be a lot, and it's not a lot for what the executive government is giving, but it's still something for the people, man. It's still showing something, like I'm trying to do something. You feel me? Whether we believe whatever he dropped the ball or whatever, they still knew. They had sense enough to know that if we don't do something, it's going to cost us more than this. And that's executive decisions. They handle country business. The states, you got to handle your own state business. So he's saying that you ain't handle your own state business. So he just sunned you, as we say from the hood. He just sunned you. He said, hey, okay, well, I'm going to front that money. You're going to do what I say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I said. And I meant it. We opened it back up. All right. Yeah, you want me to apologize for the way I said it? Okay, I apologize for the way I said it, but I said what I said. Yeah, I pay for all your people, so you're going to do what I say. That's all that is, big business. So moving on real quick, man. So another thing real quick, right? So we talk about people supporting you. I'm going to talk about these business chains right now and how they doing their employees, man. First up is McDonald's. I got this from Eater.com. Eater.com, where they talk about the companies and stuff that's, what incentives they're giving there. The fast food, because Eater dealing with like fast food chains and stuff. So they talk about who is investing in, like, what do they got in plan during this coronavirus for their employees. So first on McDonald's, the fast food behemoth announced it would be providing 14 paid leave days to employees that require quarantine, but only those who work at the company's corporate-owned stores. Only those who work at the company's corporate-owned stores will, I'm trying to get this right. But only those who work at the company's corporate-owned stores. So if you don't work at a company-owned stores, you can't get the 14 days paid leave, okay? McDonald's says over 90% of its stores worldwide are incorporated by franchises. Notes that franchisees will, while required to adhere to state and local leave laws, are considered independent business owners. The McDonald's Corporation can recommend sick leave policies to its franchises, but according to the company, the franchisees do not have to implement them. So we're gonna do this, but that's what we do in the corporate stores. But we can't force the franchise stores to do that. But the franchise stores have to buy your said products, right? But you can't force them to do something that's morally and ethically right? This is what's going on with a lot of companies. They aren't the only company that's hiding behind that. Domino's, in a statement, CEO Rich Allison says the company will be expanding paid leave for full and part-time hourly employees of our company-owned stores and supply chain centers during this outbreak. However, Domino's says 94% of Domino's stores in the U.S. are franchise-owned, so the policy will cover very few of its employees. That's what we got going on, man. That's what we got going on right now, man. All right, Yum Brands. Yum Brands is KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. Yum Brands. Check it out. Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut will continue to enforce their already strict procedure around illness reporting for restaurant team members and are requiring sick employees to self-quarantine. The company will also be paying any employee required to self-quarantine for their regularly scheduled hours, but only if they are employees of corporate-owned restaurants, not franchise. However, Yum Brands said it would encourage our franchise partners to take similar people-first approach. See what's going on here? And these are companies that, you know what I'm saying, most of y'all go eat with. I don't mess with none of them. I don't eat at none of them places. I used to work at 2 of them back in the day, but I never eat at none of them anyway. Whole Foods announced that all team members diagnosed with COVID-19 or placed into quarantine will receive up to 2 weeks of pay. Amazon, which owns Whole Foods, has also contributed an extra $1.6 million. Essentially, the change CEO Jeff Bezos has lost behind the couch to the team member emergency fund. I can't front on just Bezos though, man. He been doing a lot of stuff, man, with Amazon, man. He was doing a lot. He implemented a lot for Amazon workers. He said some of his employees can train for IT. He would train in-house employees to be IT. He was giving them money to get their own vans to deliver for them. You know what I'm saying? To help them get on their feet. And he was still, while he did that, he was still said, you would still get your regular pay until you got your thing up and running. So I can't front on him. That's a good thing. At least he doing something that the others ain't done so far. Starbucks already offers its baristas sick leave. Now the cafe chain is extending its catastrophe pay program to those employees affected by the pandemic, and will offer an additional 14 days of paid leave to anyone diagnosed with COVID-19. Anyone with prolonged contact with someone who has been diagnosed or anyone at heightened risk of contracting it. Okay. Darden Restaurants, the company which owns Olive Garden, Longhorn Steakhouse, and Capitol Grill, among others, will be providing all hourly employees with up to 7 paid sick days. 7? This is called pizza and pizza. The East Coast pizza chain announced a comprehensive benefit package for all employees, which include raising the hourly wage by $1, expanding sick leave to new staff and those caring for other family members, 14 paid sick days to staff diagnosed with or in direct contact with someone diagnosed with COVID-19, and free pizza to all employees. The company will also be providing free pizza to all hospital workers, doctors, nurses, administrators, cleaning staff, all brace medical personnel directly confronting this challenge. That's cool. That's cool. It's called And Pizza. Chipotle, the company offering employees 3 paid sick days immediately upon employment, but employees are claiming the company has penalized them for calling in sick. See, man, you gotta watch that stuff, man. I don't mess with them anyway. I never mess with them anyway. A lot of them companies I don't mess with anyway, man. So, but that's just crazy. But you see what's going on? That's how you gonna do your people, but you promoting the heck out of Chipotle, though, right? Like I said, this is coming from Eater.com. You know what I'm saying? Eater.com. Trader Joe's. Let's get it. The company has amended its sick leave policy to allow sick workers to be reimbursed for their time off if they feel they have symptoms of COVID-19. However, the Trader Joe's union recently tweeted it is not enough to receive PTO, only after being proven sick. And in petitioning for hazard pay and guaranteed forced closure pay, workers who are typically scheduled a certain number of hours per week need to be guaranteed that if their store closes, they will continue receiving pay equal to their average scheduled wages, writes the union. Walmart, this is the last one, y'all. Walmart. In a press release, Walmart says its associates should stay home if they are sick. Okay, and that we will waive our attendance occurrence policy through the end of April. If an employee is tested positive for the virus, they will receive up to 2 weeks' pay. Wigmans. Okay, I forgot it was two more. Wigmans. Grocery chain says it has temporarily enhanced our short-term disability leave program to support our people impacted by COVID-19. That's Wigmans. Kroger. This is the last one, y'all. Kroger. Though there is no blanket policy nationwide, some but not all Kroger employees have a form of paid sick leave. But in a memo from Chairman and CEO Rodney McMullen, Kroger says it is enacting an emergency leave guidelines policy allowing paid time off for associates diagnosed with COVID-19 and for associates placed under mandatory quarantine by their medical provider or by a public health authority. Because of COVID-19, employees will receive full pay for up to 2 weeks. Because of COVID-19, employees will receive full pay up to 2 weeks and may apply for additional time off through short-term disability. Also, all employees seem to be getting a $25 gift card. Well, at least they doing something. You know what I'm saying? On top of whatever the government, what the other little things the government has in place. So that's that list. It comes from eater.com. The chains with paid sick leave during COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? And some of them, you know, I read off, y'all heard they ain't that damn paid sick leave. They, you know, that's a shame, man. Walmart, for real though, you know what I'm saying? And they getting money, man. Greed, bro. People just stop getting it. But yo, man, it's live from the slip seat, man. I thank y'all for tapping in. I'm not in the truck today. It's Sunday. I'm off. But I was compelled to just get that off my chest, man. And yeah, like I said, I like to read, man. You got any good books? I like to read books on that got knowledge that give me some wisdom I can learn some things from. So if y'all got any good books, man, that y'all might think I might like, I might have read them, I might not, but you know, try me. You know what I'm saying? I like to read books on knowledge. I don't really get into them novels. I don't get into the novels. I'm more of a visual person when it comes to that. I got to see the movie. I got to see it visually. I can't just read that and let my imagination just go. I'm a writer myself, so I like to write, but I can't read a book with, you know what I'm saying, but a drama book and stuff like that. Like, I got to see that stuff. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I got to see it. You know what I mean? But I like a lot of books on knowledge, man. So if y'all got any that y'all think I should read, man, and check out, hit me up, man. But like I said, and yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the page. Hit the bell for notifications so whenever I'm posting something, man, y'all get to, it'll shoot you an email and you'll know when I drop the new video. But I don't know if I'm going to do another one this upcoming week, being that I jumped in Sunday today to drop this one. Yeah, what's today? Today is April the 19th. Sunday, April the 19th, 2020. I don't know if I was going to do one on the 22nd. On Wednesday, April the 22nd. Being that I'm doing this one today on April the 19th, I probably won't do one then. Unless something else, I come across something else. But like I said, I like to talk about things, man, other than, I like to take the other route and talk about other things that make us think, man. The other elephants in the room right now at this time. And like I said, man, Trump paying for everybody getting the party, bro, right now. Whether if it's enough or not, he paying for everybody to get in the party. I say he, but y'all know what I mean. The government, they paying for everybody getting the party right now, so they feel like they could tell these states, the governments, when they going to open back up, and they can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Either going to do it or not. But if you ain't had no plan, anyway, you need to just go on and follow his plan. They need the money back, and it's going to help your state too, because the money they gave is going to help your economy that have been down for 30 days too. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't had no action plan put in place. These states, they ain't had no real action plans put in place. They just keep harping on the same old thing. And you got your unemployment hotlines crashing, along with the IRS. So many people was trying to tap in and see that money. That was crashing. But the government gave up extra money for welfare, extra money for unemployment. They giving up the checks, you know what I'm saying, and everything of that nature. So they're like, yeah, we need this stuff spent, man, and y'all need to open up. You know what I mean? He been gangster with it. I gave that money for that. Yeah, you gonna open up. I said what I said. Oh, you don't like how I said it? I'm sorry, but I still meant what I said. And that's how he coming with it. That's how he holding it, man. It's just gangster. You know what I'm saying? He that joker that he paid for all your people and he paid for you and your people to get in the party. Meaning he paid to make sure that, you know what I mean, we had to get the people something or less, because we know we can't take away this and don't do this, because people gotta eat. People gotta do what they gotta do. And if we don't do it, then it's gonna be some problems. And it's gonna cost us more than $2 trillion. So that's my breakdown, man. I'm your boy Rashone, man, tapping in live from the slip seat, but not today. I'm home in my little man cave in my office, you know what I'm saying? And I just was compelled to come do this story. So holla at your boy, man. Share this. Leave your comments. One love, y'all. Be safe. Shout out and peace and blessings to all who have succumbed to this coronavirus. All who have made it out safely, man. Peace and blessings to you and your family. I hope y'all stay safe, man. And continue to follow me and tap in and only get greater later, baby. One.